everyone, and welcome. We apologize for the slight delay there. Has been a technical glitch. Anyway, before we start our meditation, let's ask for divine blessing. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. To my teacher, Master Chokoksui, Mahaguju Mailing, we thank you for divine light, love, guidance, help, healing, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, so just a little Chinese proverb for you, and then we'll do our meditation. It says, one who does not like to read is equal to one who cannot read. A night without moon or stars is like an ignorant mind. So when I was reading that last night, I was going, it's quite interesting that, it talks about reading. And I refer you back to the story I always share with my teacher when he stayed at our house. After being in the bookstore all day, bought tons of books, I know, because I'm the one carrying them. He was in the room reading and reading and reading. And I said, Master, how come you're still reading all those books? You already teach those classes, you know the material, you're already a master, and so on and so on. And then he goes, the teacher is a perpetual student. I'm sharing this with you because sometimes people on the spiritual path have a tendency to think they know everything. That's one. Or sometimes they go, it's okay, when I need it, it'll be downloaded to me. Or number three, they go, I go just by pure intuition. I have to refer you back to that teaching that says one who does not read is equal to someone who doesn't. One who doesn't read is equal to one who does not know how to read. Reading is important because we have to keep feeding our minds, okay? And you have to realize that even though you're very intuitive, I'm going to refer you back to this book here, The Spiritual Essence of Man, The Inverted Tree of Life, and the Chakras. The crown, the forehead chakra, which is intuition, and the crown are connected to intuition and spiritual connection. The agna chakra, is connected to intellect. Okay? So intuition has to be balanced by intellect. That's why this bar here, you notice it going across. Okay? These are complementary opposites. What are they? Complementary what? Opposites. And I noticed that some people I know who are very intuitive are actually lazy. I don't need to read. It'll be given to me when it's needed. You have to realize when that information comes in, it's made of pure energy. It's very abstract. Okay? And so it's your brain and your nervous system has to be able to process that data. And processing that data requires that you have some knowledge in your head. So that's why oftentimes I know people who are very intuitive. I see this, I see that. What does it mean? For them, it's like sightseeing. You have no clue what it means. But if you have a brain, no, not a brain, but you have a mind that has been trained. You've been studying, you've been reading. So what happens when information comes in, you go, okay, those colors mean this. Okay, that information coming in, it means this and that. All right? Now, one simple example is this. In the psychic self-defense class, for example, the one that we're going to teach this weekend, many, many years ago, we were in a class and we're doing experiments. Okay, one of them, we always tell people, I don't mind sharing this with you, a crystal that's good for protection is amethyst, or a violet stone. You wear it on your chest as a pendant. Another one is a rose quartz, a pink stone, same place. So what we do in class is we do crazy experiments. We have one person stand on one side of the room, they're the victim. On one side of the room is a psychic attacker. We try to simulate an actual attack. Again, why do we do it? Because we cannot handle the attack in a simulated case. How is it going to work in the real world? It's just like you're building a shield and you don't ever test it by hitting it with bullets, right? Or arrows or whatever. So we have a person stand here. Okay, you're the victim. Okay, you are the attacker. And the reason I did this too is because it's in the class we have someone who could see energy. Okay, she's clever and she can see energy. So I said, okay, why don't you be the eyes for the class? I want you to witness what's going on and give us a blow-by-blow account of what's going on, like watching a boxing match. And so the person stood there. I said, you just stand there. You don't have to do anything. So we put the amethyst pendant on his chest. I said, okay, you, go, attack. Don't say anything verbal. Just in your mind, send negative energy. So the clairvoyant was watching. She was going, wow. Of course, everybody's going, wow, what do you see? She goes, well, I see a lot of dark grayish, look like arrows and spears coming off him, shooting like this. And, it's just like if you ever watch movies where you have 1,000 people shooting arrows, it's like, like that. But instead of just arrows, it's just like dark, gooey, muddy, whatever, flowing this way. And then, when he came over to his aura, it's interesting, the violet stone the violet energy, the amethyst, has saturated his aura with violet light. So when that negative energy hit that area around his chest, it literally exploded and disintegrated. That's the effect of violet. Okay? So, good. So he took it off. All right. Next experiment. Put on the rose quartz, the pink stone. Okay? Okay, you guys ready? It's like literally a MMA or boxing match. Okay, ready? Go. Okay, attack. So the person just stood there. And sure enough, the clairvoyant's like, wow. You go, wow. And people go, okay, now what? She goes, yeah, same thing. He was projecting all this negative energy, same what it looked like last time, but this time was different. When it hit his chest, where the amethyst, where the rose quartz stone was, or is, she goes, it turned into flowers and fell to the ground. And people going, ooh. I go, because everybody's impressed. I go, stop. That's not what happened. People go, what? I said, look, there's two types of clairvoyance. There's actual and there's symbolic. The first one she saw is correct. That's exactly what happened. Energetically, this grayish, negative energy, dark energy, the violet energy breaks it down, disintegrates it. The second one is different. There's no flowers. People go, what? You see, what happened was pink transmutes. Transmutes means it takes that negative energy and gently changes it to lighter energy, higher frequency. So the question is, how come she saw flowers? Because she's biased. In other words, she's clairvoyant, but her mind is already pre-programmed. Oh, pink is transmuting. But in her studies, she has not studied that essentially what happens is when you take, some of you have seen this commercial many years ago in whatever country, like the Oxy Wash or whatever. Basically, something spinning, it's supposed to be a detergent, right? And they put soy sauce, they put iodine, you see it dark and suddenly disappear, turn into white. That's transmutation. So essentially what happened is that dark energy, when it hit the pinkish energy, the pink energy took it, instead of gray, at first it's gray, and it gets lighter gray, and then it disappears into the pink light. That's called transmutation. But the clairvoyant has a bias about pink. So her mind created these images of flowers flowing to the ground, which is essentially a symbol of what? Transmutation. Now, why am I telling all this? Because I was taught by the teacher, I had the knowledge of what actually happened, so I was able to tell that in her mind, that is what happened. Make your point? Same thing, a lot of you, in my meditation, I see a big eye. What does that mean? I can tell you, that's your higher soul trying to contact you. Oh, I see a lot of different eyes, and a lot of them look Asian. Those are your Chinese teachers. No, I'm kidding. Those are your guides and teachers. How do I know that? Studied. Make sense? So it's important for you to study, because I know some of you go, yeah, I like to download. You download it, you have to have the program to decipher it. It's just like you download a PDF from the internet. If you don't have, whatever, if you're a Mac, I think Preview Program or Adobe Acrobat, it's just a file. Isn't it? Haven't you noticed that some of you, I say this, I say, what does it mean? That's why you go to the bookstore, you look at these books on dreams and this and that, and you come back and go, I still don't know what it is. Exactly the point. That's why study is so important, to be continuous. You continue studying, continue understanding. Based on your experience, you saw this, what does it mean? Then you journal, what does that mean? At some point, you gain a body of knowledge of the energy world or the inner world. So what happens is when you're meditating When the image comes in, a feeling comes in, or you had a dream, and during that dream you saw this, you experienced that. When you come back, you write it down, you go, it means this. You can interpret it. Without knowledge, it's almost impossible to interpret what you see, hear, or experience in the energy world. That's that. Very simple. Make sense? That's why we keep telling you over and over again, make your mind sharp. Unfortunately, some people, they use it as an excuse not to study. They go, yeah, but I don't want my mind to cloud my judgment. I don't want my mind to cloud my spirituality, so on, so on, so on. You see, the mistake there is as simple as this. That's allowing the mind to control the soul. If the soul controls the mind, it's a completely different story. When you are controlling the mind, when the soul, the I is controlling the mind, you study, you're training, it's like training a horse. Once the horse is trained, it knows what to do. If the mind is not trained, then it bothers you. That's the main difference. That's why most people say, the mind is not good. I have to use my heart. I use my soul, so on, so on. That is if the mind is not trained. But if the mind is trained, it's a very useful tool to use because it allows you to interpret images, information that is what? Pure energy. You see, what happens is this. That information coming in is like data, just pure energy. Your brain is the interpreter. It interprets, okay, this light means this, and comes down. Now, in ancient times, the reason teachers, I asked my teacher this many years ago, I said, Master, how come in different traditions, for example, in Tibetan Buddhism, they have a lot of these different deities. In Hinduism, they have these deities, and so on and so on. And then he asked the question in class, would you guys like to know why in the Tibetan tradition they have all these deities that they pray to? For some dumb or stupid reason, nobody replied. I'm sitting going, what's wrong with you guys? So nobody said anything, right? So he said, okay, you're not interested? I go, but I'm interested. Right? I'm sitting in the back room because he's teaching, I'm the one kind of organizing. I want to know. And he looks at me and goes, it's group karma. They're not interested, so that's that. I'm going, luckily, and you guys are lucky too, I'm going to tell you, because those group there, what can you do? The teacher gave you an opportunity to learn, but you didn't, so. And they're not part of this group. Sorry, your loss. Anyway, I'll tell you next year. No, I'm joking. Okay, it's something like this. He said it's something like this. I asked him, after the class, sometime, after lunch, we were walking. I said, Master, in class you asked this, but nobody replied, but I want to know. He said, okay, it's like this. Apparently, I'm karmically entitled. He said, no, it's like this. You see, in ancient times, these people that the great teachers are teaching were illiterate. Then they're illiterate, they don't read, remember? We talk about reading books, right? So they don't read, plus their mental faculty is not that sharp. They're not educated. So it's very difficult for the teacher to talk about concepts, about certain virtues. How do they talk about unconditional love? People are like, for them it's like, what? I just want to know how to make a living. I just want to know how to eat, how to survive. You're talking about this unconditional, universal love. What the heck is that? What is wisdom? You get the idea? So these people, just imagine you're teaching a 3-year-old, trying to teach him mathematics or calculus. So the teacher have to use images of teachers, of humans that represent that quality. So all these deities that you see, Lakshmi, she is the goddess of prosperity in the Hindu tradition, right? Okay, Ganesha, the god that removes obstacles. And I remember my teacher, I was talking in private, goes, they don't look like that. Those are created so that humans can understand them. Oh. Get the idea? Now, if you didn't study, if you don't have a teacher to tell you these things, and you use it as a way to expand your knowledge, what happens? It's like you're studying from 3,000 years ago. So when in a dream you see Ganesha comes to you, you're Hindu, right? Ganesha comes to you. Oh, that means I have to go find an elephant. Get the point? So for some of you who are stuck with the idea that, oh, it's all intuition, doesn't work. Intuition has to be balanced by intellect. Having a sharp mind becomes a tool of the soul to be able to understand the higher worlds. That's why you have mystics and you have spiritual scientists. Never stop learning. As much as the teacher has taught me, I'm still studying. I read, I study. You know why? Because the more I know, the more I realize how dumb I am with all this body of knowledge that's out there. It's like I'm looking at it's like a little kid walking to a ginormous library and go, like that. It's the dumb ones, the ones who are not too smart, that they say, I don't need to read because I know everything. True? Not true. Think about it. Have you ever read people who think they know everything? They're only saying that to compensate for their ignorance. But people who are smart, they go, yeah, I realize the more I know, the more I realize how little I know. So I better study. I better have a good teacher. I better learn from experience. I better take notes. I better do this. Those are the intelligent ones. The ones who are not intelligent, they know everything. Okay. And they're the ones who like what? Yak. So when I'm with people like that, I just sit there and go, are you done yet? In my mind, I'm going, I didn't need to hear you think. They're just moving mouth to compensate the empty mind. The real intelligent ones are very selective with their words, because every word they say is loaded with what? Knowledge and experience. Now, people say, well, it's tiring to study. It's tiring to go work out, but what do? You kick your ass and go do it. There's no excuse. Some people say, yeah, but I feel tired when I read. Then force yourself to read more. Or find a time when your body is more awake. Or whatever. Do what it takes. See, most people are using excuses instead of just diving into it and pushing through the obstacle. So constancy of aim and effort is also needed for mental development. Make sense? Now, I know you're not going to like this, but I'll tell you anyway. If you go through a feed on either, CNN or whatever news or Yahoo or NPR or whatever, right? Whatever you read, or you go to a newsstand, if you're not selective in what you read, it's just like not being selective with your diet. For example, I'm reading, so-and-so broke up with so-and-so. I'm going, who cares? Or somebody just tweeted something that insulted his ex-wife. So what? I'm going to fill my mind with this useless information? Or the royal family, prince this and princess that, they're not getting along because he insulted her or she insulted him, but he doesn't like his beard. Who the hell cares? Why am I going to waste my mind on this useless information? Right? Or who broke up with who? What movie star broke up with who? What does that got to do with my life? Now, think about it this way. If you add up all that time that a person reads all this useless information, instead use that time to go, What are the things that could enrich my mind? How could I have more inner peace? How could I improve my relationship? How could I make more money? How could I better my health? Where would they be if they use that information? Again, we're talking about being selective in our sharpening of the mental faculty and mental body. Where would that person be? Then you wonder how come people are dramatic and how come they get problems in their life. Because they watch crap. They study and read crap. So what else do they expect to come out of their minds and their bodies and their mouth? Am I being harsh? You decide. I know it's tempting, yeah, but I notice sometimes it might be interesting, like, who's dating who? Who cares? It's their life. Does it make your life any better? No, because if their life goes down the toilet, you think your life goes down the toilet. A lot of people work so hard to watch their physical diet, right? I don't eat this, too many calories, too much sugar, too much this, too much. That's great, that's wonderful. That's your physical body. Are you watching your emotional mental bodies of the diet it's taking in? Are you reading good books? Are you looking at good stuff, things that enrich your mind and your emotions? If not, you don't have a right to complain why your life is down the toilet. Isn't it? Now, I'm not saying that you should not go watch a movie and, go watch a movie that makes you cry, make you laugh. No, those are good. But if you look at the population, the one reason why it's so easy to sway the population is because people are living in their emotional body. Then, with their emotional body, their mental body is also immersed in it. And what happens is, if they're immersed in the emotional body wants extremes, extreme highs, extreme lows. That's the nature of the emotional horse. It wants to have drama. So if this emotional body is how a person is living their life, then mental faculty is attached to it. So what will happen, whatever this person is reading or studying will always be filtered by only things that give them that emotional high, that emotional lows, or drama. Then you wonder how come their life is a mess. True? Not true. I know a lot of you don't want to hear this. And you're not welcome. You're welcome not to stay. You're welcome to leave. You're welcome to go somewhere else that will feed whatever you want to be fed. But if I don't tell you straight, I'm not doing my job. And I know a lot of people, it's like a wake-up call. Because otherwise, what happens? They spend time on things that are useless. Really useless. It's drama. It's like, and they go, I don't have inner peace. Oh, what the heck are you reading and watching all day long? You want to watch soap opera? Great, enjoy it. But you don't think about it the whole day. Now, if that becomes your daily diet, it's just like, let me compare. Every day I spend 1 hour working out. I spend 1 hour reading good books. Oh, I spend 1 hour watching things that make my emotional body go crazy. Okay. You do that over a period of 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, 20 years, 30 years. You know the compounding effect in the market, how you handle your money, right? If you invest properly, it compounds over a period of years. Well, guess what? The time you invest in the development of your body, your emotions, and your thoughts also has compounding effect. Your spiritual development also has compounding effect. Now, if you feed it crap, that also has compounding effect. Especially your children. Watch what they consume. Yeah, but they like video games. Okay, here's the thing. The harder you push, the harder they push back. True? So what you do is you let them be, within reason, and you introduce something that's more interesting for them. And just gently feed them things that are of a high vibration, high frequency. But if you rip it off them, yeah, good luck with that. I know what it's like. When my parents told me not to do something, guess what? Why not? The more I want it. So that doesn't work. So you give them something. Oh, by the way, oh yeah, okay, you want to plant? By the way, I have this thing I want to try. Why, come join me, do this something this interesting, or read this, watch this, whatever. In other words, try to sway them so there's the development of their emotional body, mental body, and raise its frequency. That's that. Simple. So, going back to what I shared with you earlier, one who does not like to read is equal to one who cannot read. Oh, here's an interesting one. By filling one's head instead of one's pocket, one cannot be robbed. I like that. Ancient Chinese teaching. Supposedly, I mean, who knows? You always hear things like ancient Chinese proverb, but it never say who the Chinese dude is. Whatever. It makes sense. By filling one's head instead of one's pocket, one cannot be robbed. I like that. Your knowledge is yours permanently. In fact, I remember my mom, and I'll finish with this, then we'll meditate. You did not here to listen to me yak, right? My mom and dad, growing up, they're businessmen, businesswomen, right? Businesswomen, my mom and dad. And my mom flat out told us, the kids, my siblings, do not expect an inheritance. Your inheritance is your education. That's that. Now, in Asian countries, they usually don't say those things. They usually say, parents usually think, okay, I'm going to work hard so that my children have a good life and so on and so on, right? But for whatever reason, that's the thing my parents told us when we were, 10, 11 years old. So that stuck out of my head. And so what did I do? What did my siblings do? Studied hard, worked hard, because we thought our parents are not giving us anything, so we better work our ass off and be the best that we can be. Now, some of the people we know, because their parents are well off, and they sat on their ass because, I can always expect my parents. So I use it as a negative but positive motivation. And come to think of it, by filling one's head instead of one's pocket, one cannot be robbed. That's that. Sharpen your mind, study. Not only is it good for your finances, your relationships, your physical health, it's good for your spiritual development. That is that. All right, I apologize that went longer than normal. Let's do our short meditation. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you for the blessings. To my teacher, Master Choco Sui Mahagu Jamayin, thank you for the blessings of light, love, guidance, help, healing. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for striving to be better in every way. We thank you in full faith, of course, so that we can be of service to others. In full faith, so be it. All right, before we do the meditation, just make a quick announcement because otherwise you're always too spaced out to listen afterwards. Next week, anyway, I know in Instagram you don't have the image. Is the Goodwill or the Gemini full moon. All right, so that's going to be on the 25th evening of California, 26th the rest of the world. Anyway, we'll post it on different social media, but it's next week. That's the third of the most powerful full moon. Remember, Aries full moon is the preparation. The Wesak full moon is when the massive amounts of divine energy come down that you're trying to contain and hold on to and change your life and energize your plans, your projects. Okay, and also bless the world. Gemini is like where there's a saying, take from above, give below. Okay, I'll cover that in more detail. Take from above and give below. In other words, you take the blessings from a higher frequency and you share it. That's the theme of Gemini. Take from above and share and give below. So during the full moon of Gemini, a big focus of the meditation is we're going to further increase the spiritual connection, and we'll do even more blessing of places like India, the Middle East, where they have war going on, Brazil, other places with COVID, political problems, so on and so on. We're going to focus a lot on distribution of energy. Plus, of course, blessing your own projects like your health, your well-being, your finances, and your spiritual development. Okay? Your relationships. All right, shall we? So let's do a short meditation. Tap your heart, tap your crown, put your hand like this. Visualize the earth in front of you. Be aware of your heart and your hands. Fill the earth with beautiful pink light. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow love. Be aware of your heart and your hands. Fill the earth with peace and with love. Especially in the Middle East, let there be peace, let there be love. Where there's injury, forgiveness. Bless those places with peace, love, and lots of forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. Think of all the places we know going through challenging times. As mentioned a few minutes ago, different places severely affected by COVID, like India, Brazil, and other parts of the world that don't even make it in the news. In Palestine, Israel, where there's still war, let there be hope and with faith that things will get better. Bless every person and every being with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith. Where there's darkness, light, sadness, joy. Just say, our hearts are one, and may all be blessed with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and joy. So be it. So be it. Now, be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. And stay there. Our crowns are filled with so much golden light. Let that golden light flow down through your hands and fill the earth. Just say, our souls are one. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being. May every person, every being on earth be blessed with loving kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed. So be it. So be it. Fill your family with golden light, the city you live in, your state, your country, the surrounding areas, and let the loving energy, the golden loving energy, spread throughout the entire earth. Fill the earth with golden light. Now, be aware of your heart and your crown. Take a deep breath. Fill the earth with even more brilliant golden light. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, let every sentient being in every direction, every dimension be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed with inner peace, inner healing, for many at this time, physical healing, emotional healing, relationship healing, and financial healing. If you know anyone going through these challenging times, visualize their lives turning around and getting better, and blessing them with beautiful golden light. Peace, love, and blessings to all. So be it. May all be blessed with goodwill and the willingness to do good. So be it. So be it. Just be still and let the energy flow through us. We are one. We're one big channel blessing every person, every being on earth. So be it. Bless your friends, your relatives. May all be blessed. So be it. Now gently lower your hands on your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Imagine a beautiful golden sun just floating above your head. Feel the love within your heart. Let that loving energy from your heart rise up to your throat, to the center of your head, to your crown, and let it keep floating upward towards that beautiful golden sun. Closer, closer, enter that golden sun. Your entire awareness and consciousness is swimming in that beautiful golden sun. You are the spiritual self, the soul, the I within. Listen. It is the soul that is listening to the mantra Om. Your entire awareness is swimming in that beautiful golden sun. Be still. Allow your entire attention to just simply melt into that golden light now. Any sound, any noise you hear will just allow you to drift deeper and deeper into that golden ocean of light within that beautiful sun. And just simply let go and let things be now. Let go. Gently, slowly, very gently and slowly, come back to your physical body. Just gently move your fingers, move your toes. That allows you to come back slowly to your body. Take your time. Allow yourself, the real I, to gently settle back into your physical form now. Now raise your hands in blessing. Let's release excess energy our bodies cannot absorb. Visualize the earth in front of you. Visualize the people you love. Fill them with golden light from your hands. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with abundance and prosperity and spiritual oneness. So be it. May all be blessed. So be it. Bless your job, bless your career, your business with success, with progress and abundance. So be it. Now put your golden light down into the earth through your hands, your feet, and the base of your spine. Flood the earth, just flood the earth below you with golden light. And repeat after me. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed, be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to all. So be it, so be it, so it is. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahagujimeng, thank you for your immense blessings in full faith. And so it is. Okay, I hope you like the special sauce. We just added it in to kind of, keep lifting the vibration, the frequency. You might have noticed if you've been joining us for the last, year and a half, year and a few months, the last month or 2 months you've been noticing a change because we've been raising the frequency little by little, just kind of cranking it up. So, all right. Related to what we covered this morning on knowledge, I have an inside tip for you. A lot of you during meditation see stuff, experience stuff, and whatever, right? One of the ways to sharpen your mind and train the physical vehicle, the brain, and your nervous system, train it to be able to register, recognize, and be able to use that information coming in, is to guess what? Immediately after meditation, you do 2 things. 1, do your exercises that allows you to assimilate that spiritual energy. Okay? And then sit down, start writing down your experience. No matter how trivial you think, I saw this light, I saw this bird, write everything down. Journal it. Because what it does, it keeps training your brain to register these subtle signals. Okay, so 2 things happen after that. Afterwards, you will notice throughout the day, your brain will continue to absorb that information. And so you've been training your brain and you've been writing it down. Your brain gets to fine-tune. What does it mean? What does it mean? After every meditation, this keeps adding in. So your brain gets used to it. So what happens is, throughout the day, you're able to get more information and be able to train your brain to keep registering. That's part 1. Part 2, you start noticing that in your meditations, things become clearer. The reason things become clear because your brain and your nervous system, your hardware has been upgraded. So the act of writing it down forces your brain to upgrade to the nearest version. That's it. Okay? So all that we're telling you requires what? Constancy of aim. In other words, having a certain objective, which is your spiritual development in all areas, and effort. That means do it. Okay? It's not one of those, just bliss out with me for a few minutes. Wrong channel, buddy. Go somewhere else if that's what you want. Here, we look for results. Results in our life, in our health, our relationships, our finances, and our spiritual attainment. You cannot have result without working your ass off. So, if you want it, stick around. If not, there are many different channels that'll do that for you. Just kind of, nothing wrong with that, but that's what you want. No, we're here to look for results because results manifest as service. If you're not making yourself better, you cannot serve others. If you keep giving yourself excuses, you'll not be able to help others. Keep that in mind. Namaste, everyone. We'll see you tonight. Tonight's session is going to be quite powerful. It's going to be on the subject of silence. It is only through silence that you experience the higher worlds. I'll cover that tonight. And we'll do a deeper meditation. And the ones who want to stick around, we'll crank up the frequency even more. That's it. Namaste. You all take care. Have a